It's 4 a.m. on February 1st, and I'm taking a walk. I know I'm in my startup mode because my body wakes me up early. So I've got a dilemma. How do I get people to take the survey? How do I find folks that will give me the time of day to do that? I'll give you a rundown of everything that I've been doing and how it's not been working. Well, maybe, the only thing that I can be thinking is maybe it's just I'm ahead of the tsunami, that people will respond, and I'm just ahead of the tsunami, right? It's like, I've hit the baseball, but it's still up in the air. It hasn't landed, right? And because I'm going at 1,000 miles a minute, right? I'm already kind of running way ahead of the ball, and the ball just is up in the air. It hasn't landed yet. That could be one reason why I haven't seen the responses. Okay, so what have I done? And maybe you can give me some feedback. So I have posted the survey to many groups, and folks, I've sent it to literally 1,000 of my connections on Facebook, and I've also sent it to many groups on Facebook. So the other thing I can do is actually pay money, which I may do next, right? Maybe I'll throw $500 at it and see where it lands. I don't know. I really hate to throw money at fuckers like Facebook, and fuckers like Google. But they designed this, so basically maybe you have to. But the whole idea is, if you're going to test something, you want to test it with people that you're connected with and you know. The other thing that I've done is I've gone to and looked at some of the big players, and then sent it to the friends. I mean, maybe I can't reach out to them, like the twins, the Bitcoin twins, who helped form Facebook, that put all their money into Bitcoin, or billionaires now. I can't think of the name, the Twizzler twins or whatever. And I noticed that I was so that's one thing. All right, that's what I've done on Facebook. On LinkedIn, which I have a much bigger following, I have I think 4,000 people, I have 4,000 connections. I think I have more followers. I have 1,000 connections. I don't know, 1,500 on 1,500 followers on Facebook, and I've got, I don't know, 4,000 followers maybe on LinkedIn. I'm not sure. But on LinkedIn, I pimped it out to all the groups. I sent it to my group, and I've gone through and sent it to a lot of friends. The other trick that I'd use on LinkedIn, which is kind of like a trick of mine that I've invented, is I create a new position. And when you do that, it actually sends it out to all your connections that have got a new position. So then someone says, hey, congratulations on the new job. And then when they congratulate me, I know they're there. It's like, ooh, they're there. I say, hey, guys, will you do me a favor? Will you take the survey? And it just hasn't worked. So I'm at a quandary on getting surveys. I need 1,000 people to take the survey by February 15th, the launch date of the crowdfunding. So what I've been thinking as the next step is reaching out to the Telegram group founders. Maybe I'll do that. Go and search the largest crypto Telegram groups and see if I can find a partner. So one of my ideas is I don't know, I'm looking for, this is the position, I'm looking to basically to launch this ICO on a blockchain where there's EOS, Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, there's a lot of them out there, Tron, I already said EOS, and I'm looking for basically a sponsor and co-sponsor of this, and the group can also be kind of like what's the word? An escrow. So I need an escrow group that's going to basically vouch for the funds. The other thing is that maybe I should be looking at I can't think what it's called, a Dano crowdfunding campaign. It's not a Dano, it's what Vitalik came up with. It's called ICO Dano or ICO something, right? It's a new kind of Dano which actually does the accountability. And I talked to the founder and I know them, and maybe I can get them and reach out to people I know. Excuse me, I used to sneeze in threes. So trying to test the feasibility of a project. There's the third. Okay, let's say a 4. Is important. So I don't know. That's where I'm gonna be when I get back after I'm on my walk. All right, so maybe now I sneeze in 5s. Am I done? Trout, are you done? So I'm looking for folks to basically join as supporters of the idea of, the autonomous wall. Twitter folks that will, help push the idea of the idea, right? We can build an autonomous wall. And how can, how do you go out and you find these folks? You're supposed to engage them on Twitter, but what I found is they're so busy, I don't get a response back. I've reached out to quite a few people and say, hey, I'd like you to look at this, do the questionnaire and everything else. Maybe I'll go through here. That's an idea. One thing I'll do today. All right. So what am I going to do today? Today, I guess I'm going to go through all my followers on Twitters and say, please, thanks for following me. Maybe share this talk and ask for your help. And, can we drive folks? Can I get folks that will at least get us to 1,000 people to do and then give away a $300 IH cooker to someone that basically, did all three as a giveaway. I don't know. So I'm going to do that. Number 2 is I'm going to go and look at my blockchain connections that are doing projects and see if I can partner with someone and use their connections on why is this not working? There is no lights on here. Why? Well, obviously you've got no recording. Huh. It's completely dark in here. And reach out to them, all right? So number one, Twitter. Number two, folks who are doing ICOs that reached out to me to support their ICOs, to see if this is something that that they can promote on their Twitter, on their Telegram accounts. So that's what I'm gonna do today, and then maybe work on an ad to for the autonomous. Well, I guess the other thing I haven't done yet is I haven't invited people to the group, so I could pin the group and then or pin the survey and then invite people to the group saying, please, take the survey. So the survey is important because I have to know, if I talk to 1,000 people, right, that know me and kind of can look at the plan objectively and respond to the questions that I have. It's a feasibility study, right? The questionnaire is a kind of feasibility study to test whether or not this capital campaign to raise funds for an autonomous wall is actually doable. That's why.